Thinking fan, I'm Brian Kenny. Good to be here with you. Can the Royals keep the winning momentum? Kansas City GM J.J. Picollo will join us. We'll talk next level Bobby Witt and his philosophy on what you might call middle-class moves. I like those. Joel Sherman, Yonder Alonso on the panel. We'll have our baseball he plays. Mike Petriello will join us as well. The next StatCast metrics to look for this year, and just how much of a pitcher's park do they have now in Seattle? He says it's getting drastic. But first, I know we're 2 weeks in, and that's it. But there are questions about the league's super team. So let's be clear. This is not an essay entitled, "What's Wrong with the Dodgers?" But from what we've seen, it's worth a thought. And maybe the better specific question is there a possibility that this isn't quite the super team we anticipated? There, that's calm. That's measured. Let's do a little digging in. And let's start where we left off last year. A Dodgers team that was dead to rights in the National League Division Series. A team getting embarrassed by the Padres. They came back, won 10 out of 13 against the Padres, Mets, and Yankees. Eased to a World Series title despite winning only 98 games. Yes, I said only 98 games. Because in 6 of the last 7 years, the Dodgers club had a better winning percentage than last year's championship club. So they did win it all. And they then responded by going on a shopping spree, the likes of which we have rarely or never seen from a defending World Series champion. A 2-time Cy Young Award winner, the best international free agent, their own Hall of Famer, Snell, Sasaki, Kershaw. Then, 3 free agent relief pitchers that you could have in your own MLB top 10, Trinan, Scott, and Yates. Then, 2 power-hitting corner outfielders and a key role player. This, top to bottom, it's an aggressive offseason for anyone, let alone a defending champion. So, some thoughts now on their purchases, early returns. Roki Sasaki does look like he could be a future star. He's 23 and he's raw. He's 697. He's already getting weak contact. Small sample, but his hard hit percentage is in the 82nd percentile. But he has more walks than strikeouts. He might not dominate this year. He's not as developed as Yoshi Yamamoto was when he came over from Japan a year ago. The position player signings, which seemed like afterthoughts, are helping them stay somewhat dominant. Teoscar Hernandez is slugging over 600. Michael Conforto is well above league average. And look, amid a whole lot of relief pitcher failure across the playoffs last year, the Dodgers had the last bullpen standing, and that got better. The playoffs are longer now. Teams get a good look at the top guys. But this bullpen, they brought back Blake Trinan, added Tanner Scott, the lefty killer, Kirby Yates as well, the right-hander. Those 3 are pitching high leverage. That pushes good relievers, Vesia, Kopech, Terome, I don't know, the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And they'll soon get Evan Phillips back. Phillips last 3 years has a 2.21 ERA, and he's just one of the bunch now. They are that deep. This is a strength. But let's look overall. The Dodgers are now 8th in runs per game. They're 6th in ERA. Again, both are good. That's fine. And they are, I know it's early, but they are below league average in base running, and they're well below league average in defense. Look at that, 22nd in base running runs, tied for 24th in team defensive runs saved. They've had moments where they looked messy. Max Muncy was once a good, versatile defender. He struggled at 3rd. Mookie Betts is off the charts in versatility and baseball awareness. Dominates in right field. But there's something missing with him as a full-time shortstop. You can see it. And with Freddie Freeman out with his bad ankle, they now have Kike Hernandez playing first base. And look, we showed you, I think we're going to show you this spectacular play that he made. Yeah, that made our baseball he plays. That's sensational. Kike is super versatile, but his bat doesn't play at first base. So I want to show you something else. The Dodgers' investment in the last few years, where has it gone? It's gone to pitching. Their position player core, as great as it's been, and it is aging. Freeman and Mookie are great. They're also 33 and 32. Max Muncy and Kike Hernandez, 34 and 33. Well, Freddie's 35, excuse me. Ohtani is 30. Even Tommy Edman is 30. This is likely their starting club when healthy. What do you notice? Nobody in their 20s. There's no 2 in all there. Andy Pages is 24. He plays a lot in center field, but that's one guy, and Pages is below league average offensively. So look, their base running, defense, general baseball awareness was the separator in the World Series last year. They were taking bases from the Yankees while the Bombers were giving away bases. That's how they won. Defense is a young man's game, and the Dodgers, while they're aging gracefully, are still aging. It's an excellent team. I wonder if it's a great team. Let us know what you think on X, MLB Now. And here are the choices. A poll here. Under 90, I'm not going there. 90 to 99, 100 to 105, or dare you? Dare. 106 plus. Let us know what you think. How many games will the Dodgers win this season? We're here with Yonder Alonso, Joel Sherman. All right, you first. What do you think? What do you think of that whole thing? There's nobody in their 20s, Yonder. That's what I'm saying.
I think they're in their prime. I think these guys, besides Freeman and Mookie, 35 and 32, everybody else is around 30 to 31 years old. I think this bullpen has too much depth. I think their starting pitching is going to be just fine. We're 2 weeks into the season. They're 10-4. There's a lot of games they shouldn't have won, but yet they still won.
Have you seen them at moments where you go, and I know, look, they lost 3 out of 4 at one point, but moments where you go, wow, they look bad right now. As a baseball team on the field, have you seen some of those moments?
Yes, I have. I think more defensively than anything else. I think creating runs, they've been pretty good. I still think they hit the long ball. I still think starting pitching is going to come around. Their depth is just too much. Yes, defense does kind of scare me a little bit. But then again, a lot of these plays are done are bad corner plays, right? Where you have Kike at first base. Not necessarily maybe a guy like Freddie Freeman, who you don't see that in the box score, will scoop a ball up or throw to the right base.
Right.
I think they'll be just fine. I think it's
all right. So if it's just fine, and I'll get to Joel in a second. What do we do?
They're still a super team. They win the division. They win 95 plus games.
Oh, 95 plus.
Yes.
So not 100 or 105.
95 plus.
Oh, okay. So
but I don't think they're going after 100 plus games.
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily need that.
You're kind of damning by faint praise. All right, Joel, where are you on this?
I guess next up, Patrick Mahomes, too many interceptions. Nikola Jokic doesn't defend the rim. I mean, you talk about first world problems. You know who has more problems than the Dodgers? The other 29 teams. I mean,
the standards are high. They're averaging 104 wins a season. They're averaging 104 a season.
I do think Anders said something interesting at the end there, which is I think the Dodgers themselves had gotten to 100-plus wins a bunch of times and hadn't cashed in with a World Series. And that they're thinking everything now. They don't want to be arrogant publicly. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So everything is being built towards October. I think Shohei Ohtani is pretty close to being able to pitch right now. But they're saying we want him to be able to make 4 or 5 starts in October. So they're slow playing him.
Right.
They'll slow play
They do that a lot.
Everything.
Yeah.
By the way, once you have $400 million committed in luxury tax payroll, you think if they're short something, they're really not going to fix it in July? Again, like we could nitpick because I think there's probably some defensive issues. If Conforto and Teoscar are going to be your corner outfielders, you probably won't have a great defensive outfield. There's no perfect, but this is a 100-win team pretty easily to me, and a team and a team that's thinking October 1st, not May 1st.
I don't even think Ohtani pitches all year. That's how deep they are depth-wise.
They don't have to push it.
They don't have to push it.
Well, that's the more. If you ask me, what's the scary thing? I do think Ohtani will pitch this year. My concern for the Dodgers is if Ohtani hurts himself pitching, does that take him out of hitting? Is it something that hurts him?
Right.
And that's would be a bigger issue. But I think the player signed there with the promise that he was going to continue to be allowed to do both. So I think that they'll try to do both.
And there's danger there. I'll like paraphrase or quote you, something you've said. I'm holding them to their own standards.
Yes.
Right? I'm not saying, oh, the Dodgers doing a good job. Obviously, they're doing a tremendous job. It's just that compared to, like, I thought this year, again, their investments and getting Sasaki a year after getting Yamamoto, a year after getting Ohtani. It's like they're killing it. They're spending so much more money. Take a look at the payrolls for this year. The Dodgers are it's a crazy number, and you can say like what they're actually paying on the luxury tax on top of that is much higher. It's up near $400 million, but essentially they're up there at $331, and not much above the Mets, but well above everybody else. And I'm holding them to these insane standards, and I'm just saying, I've seen them a few times where I go, this is a messy club. And in the World Series, it was the other club that was the messy club. And they are, when you look at 35, 32, I know you say if they're in a prime, 31's not your prime. 27 to 28, 29 is your prime.
But like there are 2 players on there where you had Freeman is 35 and Mookie's 32. I believe Freeman's coming back from the IL tonight.
Yeah.
Do you not think that Freddie Freeman's going to have a great year?
Oh, no.
You're not. So in other words, I might not want to have him for the next 5 years, but I expect we're talking about the 2025 team. All those guys in the 30s, I expect to be really good.
BK, 31 is not your prime?
It's not your prime. No. 26 to 28 is your prime. 29.
I remember being 31, and a lot of guys being 30, 31, that's their prime. One thing about the Dodgers is true. The last time they went 10-4, they won the World Series. The last time in 2020, they also went in 10-4. They won the World Series. They're 10-4.
No,
I think they win the World Series. I think they win 95-plus games. That's a super team.
I'm seeing some flaws. Is all I'm saying. I didn't do
Flaws?
Yes, did you hear that at the top? I didn't say what's wrong with the Dodgers. I'm measured.
Flaws.
I'm tempered. There's some flaws when you're 22nd and 24th in base running and defense. I'm just saying. All right.
What's up, Dodgers Nation? How are we feeling today? Because listen, this one's big. Like, stop what you're doing kind of big. Can you imagine Bo Bichette rocking Dodger blue at Chavez Ravine? Yeah, this might actually happen. Exploding head. After the Blue Jays dropped a $500 million extension on Vladimir Guerrero Jr., trade rumors around Bichette are heating up, and guess who's right in the middle of it all? Yep, the Dodgers. Once again, baseball's biggest villain might be about to level up. So before we dive into this potential blockbuster deal, I want to hear from you. Would you want Bo Bichette in LA? Drop your take in the comments, because this one's going to stir up a lot of opinions. All right, grab your snack, sit back, and let's break it all down. Let's go. Bo Bichette's name has been floating in the trade market for a while now, but after the Jays committed $500 million to Vlad Jr., things just got real. TJ French from Athlon Sports is saying Bichette is as good as gone, and surprise, surprise, the Dodgers are in the mix. It makes sense. The Blue Jays need to clear cap space, and Bichette might be the odd man out. For LA, it's a golden opportunity to fill a major gap and make an already dangerous lineup even scarier. Here's the rumored deal. Dodgers receive Bo Bichette, 2X All-Star shortstop. Blue Jays receive Dustin May, starting pitcher. Alex Freeland, Dodgers number 5 prospect, shortstop. At first glance, it's a big price. But when you break it down, it actually makes sense for both sides. Dustin May is a stud, no question. But injuries have slowed him down. With Shohei Ohtani expected to return to the mound full-time, May becomes a valuable trade piece. Alex Freeland is a great young prospect, but he's blocked in LA. There's just no room for him right now. For the Dodgers, bringing in Bichette solves multiple issues, especially in the infield. Bo Bichette isn't just a name, he's a consistent producer. Check out his 2024 numbers. Batting average, .296. On-base percent, .344. Home runs, 22. RBIs, 89. WAR, 4.7. He hits for average, has decent power, and plays with intensity. Plus, he brings leadership and that factor. Mookie Betts has been making the move to shortstop this year, but let's be honest, it hasn't been seamless. Sliding Betts over to second and putting Bichette at short? That's a game changer. One of the Dodgers' biggest strengths lately has been roster versatility. Guys like Betts, Ohtani, Edman, they can all shift positions. You give Dave Roberts options, and he'll create mismatches all day long. With Bichette at short, Betts at second, and Edman moving to center field, where we're still waiting for someone like Andy Pages to lock it down, this team becomes even more balanced and dangerous. Of course, no move is risk-free. Bichette has had some issues defensively. 17 errors in 2023 is nothing to ignore. He's got the athleticism, but he can get sloppy. Still, would you rather have a light-hitting defensive shortstop or a legit offensive threat who gives you production every single night? Me? I'll take the offense all day. This move would say a lot about the Dodgers' mindset. They're not settling. Even after becoming the most hated, or let's say most feared, team in baseball, they're still finding ways to upgrade. And don't forget, Bichette is only 26. This isn't a one-year rental. This is a long-term investment in the heart of your lineup. Let's be real, Dodgers fans. Every move the front office makes right now has one goal in mind. Another World Series. Since 2020, we've had the talent. We've had the depth. But something's always been missing in October. Maybe Bo Bichette is that missing piece. A big game hitter. A spark plug. A guy who shows up when the lights are the brightest. All right, now it's your turn. Would you pull the trigger on this deal? Who wins the trade, Dodgers or Blue Jays? Where would Bichette fit in our lineup? Let me know down in the comments. I'll be reading through and responding to as many as I can. And hey, if this trade actually goes down, you already know I'll have the full breakdown ready for you here first. That's it for today, fam. The MLB trade market is heating up, and of course, the Dodgers are right in the middle of it, just how we like it. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, share it with another Dodgers fan, and make sure you're subscribed to the latest Los Angeles Dodgers news so you never miss a headline. Until next time, let's go Dodgers!